Delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. The ungodly are not so. They are like a chaff which the wind driveth away. Yeah, man. Blessings, 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 my people. Blessings and welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, man. This is the first Tuesday for 2025. Yeah. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, peeps. What a Tuesday it's going to be. Beautiful. No, 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 no. No. Beautiful. It's a beautiful Tuesday evening. And we rushed to get here. Just coming off the road. So we rushed to get here so that we can, get this show going tonight. Very important night, Very, very important. Beat and teach. Bless up. Hey, Auntie Lane, good evening to you. Good evening, good evening. Good day here this evening. Just rush in, And this night, yeah. Well, let me just get you something until we get started out, because we're actually just pushing through this evening.
New Year, my brother. Good health and wealth be yours.
Thank you, and same
to all
to
the
you.
listeners. Blessings, man. I hear a dancing this morning, Council.
Yes.
The economy has been in about 10 quarters of deceleration. We came out of COVID, rapid recovery. It wasn't growth, it was recovery. Got back
Collin,
to where we
which
were.
data are you relying on? What's the source of your data?
Go starting on PIOJ.
And you had 10 quarters of decline?
Deceleration.
Deceleration.
Not decline.
Okay.
Deceleration.
Okay.
After we came back out of COVID, rapidly,
Yes.
we got back to where we were. Then the economy started decelerate, slowing down.
Yes.
Slowing down. Before Beryl,
Yes.
it was slowing down.
Yes.
And your colleague, Ralph and Iman, been telling us
Yes.
that the economy is slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went into a decline.
Yes.
The PIOJ said 2.8%. Starting came out now, it's 3.5% of decline in the last quarter. This quarter now is also going to be a decline. PIOJ projected decline, so we don't know the exact figure, but we know that it's going to be a decline.
Collin, what are the PMP plans to have the economy return to its days that you guys say you left it in? This massive growth and all the great things for the economy.
One of the things we are going to be looking at, and I'm going to talk from where I am.
Tell me what's happening in the manifesto meetings.
All right, so where I am at, I'm telling you from where I am at. Because I'm on the shadow cabinet. I am the deputy shadow minister of culture and the creative industry.
Yes.
We are going to start
your spokesperson yesterday.
Beautiful, I heard her, and she did very well.
Yes.
We are going to start exporting culture, Kevin. Seriously, we are going to start packaging culture and export it. So we are going to grow the creative industry. The creative industry globally is valued at over $3.4 trillion annually. A lot of countries are making money. Jamaica has not been.
3.4 trillion, you say?
$3.4 trillion.
How much out of that we are planning to stake out?
We are looking for 1% annually. After about 4 years of what we plan to implement, we expect to start earning about 1%. Which is over $30 billion annually from the culture and the creative industry. That by itself.
How long after you come in office this is going to happen?
You're not listening, I just tell you. After 4 years of full implementation, we are going to start the earning. In fact, the earning will start before, but after about 4 years, we intend to get close to that 1%.
So we must wait. So after you get elected after September, sometime this year, we must wait for 4 years.
No, man, you're not going to wait for 4 years. We're going to start the implementation because, as my senior told you yesterday, we have been working for about a year, putting the policies together and the plans together. We know exactly what it is that we are going to do. Everything takes time. So within that 4-year period, we are going to be implementing.
Okay.
During the period of implementation, there will be some earning, but not mega earning. But after about 4 years of full implementation, we'll start seeing the strong earning from the culture and the creative industry. The Vibes Cartel show on the weekend showed us, not on the weekend, on Tuesday night, showed us the possibility, but there are bigger possibilities in the culture and the creative industry than that. Mexico is making the most money out of it now in the Caribbean and Latin America. Mexico is earning $15 billion annually from the culture and the creative industry. Our neighbor America, they are earning about $700 billion annually.
Yes.
So we, with the talent that we have in Jamaica,
all right, what else, Collin? Very quickly, because I have to go.
We are going to also cut the importation bill on food.
Okay.
We're going to ramp up agriculture in this country, not just for export, but to feed ourselves so that food importation bill, we want to cut that by 25% within our first term in office. And that will ease the pressure on the US dollar to really start growing this economy and see people start benefiting from what it is that we have in Jamaica. Culture is Jamaica's oil. A country must learn to feed itself. Those are two of the things that we're going to look at in terms of growing the economy. And then with good management, your health sector, your education, your roads, your transportation will be taken care of. You see, this government has defund transportation in Jamaica, Kevin. In 2016, we left 460 JUTC buses.
All right, Collin,
right now, we only have 240, even with the 100 that they buy. So,
yes,
time come for change, Kevin, and we wish that this year, the people of Jamaica will start think Jamaica first.
All right.
And not just
all right, Collin, thank you so much as always, but I have to go. Let me just finish off these WhatsApp messages. This one.
Yeah, man. So that was a little chat with Kevin McEachran the other morning on Power 106, because we have to start the teaching all around. But this evening, I want to focus on Portland. I want to focus on Port Antonio. A man called me yesterday and said me disrespect the mayor. And I said to him, what you mean me disrespect the mayor? And him say you're on the program saying that the mayor no worth him salt. So I said to him, disrespect and criticism are two different things. I criticized the mayor, spoke truth, because I ask him to tell me what it is that I said about the mayor that him disagree with. And you know what was my surprise? Big up quiet boy. Him couldn't find nothing out of all that I said about the mayor to say me disrespect the mayor. So I said to him, but my friend, what you call my phone for? Him never like it. So I say, but obviously you agreed with all that I have said. So if me say some things and you agree with it, then call me and tell me, say, thanks, you agree with what I have said. No, because him see it as disrespect. So I said to him, it's obvious that the mayor is your friend. Call the mayor and tell the mayor start work for my money. Him say, what you mean? Hold on there. Me say, call the mayor and tell him get cracking. Yeah, Obi. All right, cool. Cool. So I said, call the mayor and tell the mayor to start working for my money. Him say, what you mean your money? Me say, but how you get me number? Say your number the easiest number forget. Me say, delete my number. So him say, why? Me say, but brother, if me tell you to tell your friend to start work for my money, and you gonna ask me what me mean by my money. Me say my taxpayers' money paid the mayor. And yours too. Because the man is from Portland. Well, me just mention him because me want to tell you now that the mayor of Port Antonio, Paul Thompson, is the worst thing that could ever happen to Port Antonio. The worst thing. I have seen mayors and say what you want about Benny White. Benny White would walk around Port Antonio and clean it himself, paint it himself, because Port Antonio have to look good. Now, this man from Mansion Hill, the councillor for Mansion Hill, has been the mayor for Port Antonio running into 9 years now. And Jesus Christ, God knows me not bleed him name in vain. But the situation in Port Antonio is dire. And if your house dirty, I can't blame your neighbor for your nasty house. Mr. Mia, your house nasty. Yeah, Frank? All right. Yeah. Your house nasty. Port Antonio is the full responsibility of his worship, the mayor, Paul Thompson. Outside of being the councillor for Mansion Hill, he gets money on a monthly basis to deal with the township of Port Antonio. No. Anybody can call me and tell me which part them see that money. Because if money is spending on the township of Port Antonio, we should be seeing it. Garbage pile up if you drive through Port Antonio right now, which I just did. You see garbage pack up around the light post them. Garbage pack up a whole heap of different place. It is, when I drove through the town a while ago, it was about 7:30. And I guarantee you that those garbage, they are going to be there until about 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. You will see a garbage truck going through the town and cleaning it. So is it okay for garbage to pile up right through the town, through the entire night? And you say it's a tourist town? I want to say to the member of parliament, no better herring, no better barrel. You and your husband name him councillor after I was there for 8 years doing nothing. Uno give him back the work. So therefore, uno agree with the nothing being done. And who want cut the send go give them, tell them, say Collin Bell say, them no better than the mayor. Because of them put him there. And he was there for 8 years doing nothing. You cannot have a town that is supposed to be a tourist town in that nasty state that the town of Port Antonio is. Nowhere to walk, nowhere to drive. The town stink. The town is smelly. Everybody have to squeeze up and a step on each other. And you have a man who wanna pay to be mayor. What the hell is going on in the town of Port Antonio? Them just sit down and a nyam taxpayers' money for nothing. And I'm calling on the two PNP councillors to start making a voice be heard. And no really have no say in the council because the Labour right them run the council. But you must make a voice be heard. Silent mean consent. And if you don't sit in the council and be silent about what is happening to the town of Port Antonio, then we're going to have to start twinning with this worthless mayor. I don't want to do that. So I'm saying to the councillor for the Prospect Division, Councillor Wayne Mackenzie, and the councillor for the Port Antonio Division, Councillor Dexter Rowland, step out and make your voice be heard and let the entire world know that you guys are not a part of this nastiness that is happening in the town of Port Antonio. Nasty. No town planning. Nothing. And I would admit, if somebody can show me, what good is happening in the town of Port Antonio, I am ready to apologize and to bow and salute the good work. I want good work in my town. When I go out, I speak glowingly about the parish of Portland, how beautiful God made it. But the managers are not keeping it. They are not keeping it. And I want to beg the civil servants. Because since the councillors, the directors, don't work penny farthing, I want to beg the civil servants. I want to beg the CEO. And I want to beg the superintendent of works. And all the senior people who work in the parish council. I'm begging you now. Call the councillor them and give them some ideas and some suggestion. How we can straighten out the town of Port Antonio. When you look over Kenwright Pier, it is fast becoming woodland and garbage dump too. When you drive through Kenwright Pier now, it is closely following the town center. Over there smell now. Some rats over there big like dogs. And oh God, talk about dogs in the town of Port Antonio. The town full of dogs. Because the garbage in the town makes welcome food for the dogs. The street people, homeless people, sick people are running riot in the town of Port Antonio. Somebody call the mayor and tell him, say we are deal with him case tonight. Somebody call this good for nothing mayor and tell him that we're dealing with him case. We are dealing with him case. Because you've been paid by the people of this parish to manage the parish. I understand that you don't know your roles and your functions. But these days, computers and phone talk, So you can ask the phone, what are the roles and functions of a mayor? And the phone will tell you. Call up somebody. Call up Desmond McKenzie, Minister of Local Government and a labor right. Call him up because Desmond McKenzie knows the roles and function of a mayor. Desmond McKenzie was an effective mayor in the city of Kingston. And I am suggesting to you, Paul Thompson, that you call up Desmond McKenzie and ask him some questions and get to work. The town can't stay so. I got complaint. 2 ships came in the holiday. And we got complaint from the captain that the town not stay good. The town not stay good. And I said this without any fear of contradiction. This is my town. And I'm embarrassed. Really embarrassed by how them are treat the town. No, sir. No. Blessings. When you drive through a resort town, you should feel the difference. You should see the difference. The same drain having water 7 days of the week, stagnant water. There needs to be a level of organization in the town. There needs to be some traffic management in the town. And some people might say, is not the mayor responsible for traffic management? Yes, he is responsible. The mayor is responsible for traffic management. The council is responsible. The mayor have the authority to call up the superintendent of police. And together, they organize the town. The mayor have a whole heap of powers. And I like to simple it down to say the mayor is the prime minister for Portland. It is 26 minutes after 8 o'clock. 804-7072. Anybody want to give me a call? Can give me a call. But let's look at some national issues. Buju Banton, Beresford Hammond, Intimate was on the 4th of January. And when I tell you all about the culture and the creative industry, some people used to frowns. But the chickens are coming home to roost. And from just one aspect of the creative industry, people are seeing the possibilities. You know, Anthony, I kind of upset when people call them people a name. Worse when them come talk about Varsland. The number is 804-7072. You can call me straight or you can call me on WhatsApp. Yeah, man. You see, I make my speech, you know, and I talk my talk on a regular basis. We don't do it like some people who talk after the matter. We talk before because we look and the Almighty has blessed us with vision, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And we thank Him for His blessings. So, Intimate was good. For the first time on Monday, I decided to go to a compound. I've never gone to a compound before. But Monday, we drove down to St. Elizabeth. And we went up to a compound for the celebration of that a compound treaty. And you know who I met? I met Arlene from the Bronx. Lord Arlene. I had a different picture of you in my head. Total different picture. But it was nice meeting you. But the crowd at a compound was big. That is a significant part of our culture. And we must ensure that we maintain those aspects of our culture. Elaine, it is so sad that we have to write a message like this, agreeing with me that Port Antonio dirty. It's sad. Very sad. Evening, Mr. Pang. But the celebration at a compound was very good. Loved it. Eat some blue jars. Original blue jars, authentic. No look like no Carmel in the night. Can me eat 1.5. I bought one, my daughter bought one. Natalie said she never want no blue jars. So my daughter had half of hers. I had mine and the other half of hers. Because the blue jars did taste good. Me not lie you. So, culture is showing its color. Saturday morning we had Dr. Deborah Hickling on, and we had Conrad O'Brien on as well. And we were talking about the year that was. And we spoke also about culture and the creative industry and what it is doing. And when we mention those events, we mention the Agent Sasco show. We mentioned the Vibes Cartel show. The Buju Banton show, Buju Banton Berry Salmon show. And we looked at those events and we are saying those events brought about $3 billion to the economy in 3 weeks. Dr. Eckling wanted to say a quarter, but I'm saying that money turned over in about 3 weeks. Also, there was a demonstration in St. Elizabeth. And the strange part about it, the news said the people were demonstrating that they didn't want Norman Scott as the candidate for the PNP. But the strange thing was that there was no PNP anywhere to be found. One thing I know is that when PNP them are demonstrating, them don't want a candidate, you will find them there. But at this time, nobody never did it. The information that is coming out is that the labor rights them organize it. Think them easy? That is very easy for me to believe. Because the labor rights were a major part of the people who were out there saying that they don't want Chaka fame. The labor rights. They were a major part of it. Never mentioned it before because I think it did sound crazy. But seeing what I saw and hearing what I heard down there in St. Elizabeth give me the opportunity to say it. Yes. And there were comrades who were telling me that there were people at Top Boston who don't like me. Now, if you know Top Boston is a solid labor right area. When we canvass Top Boston is one PNP live up there. One dege one. No, I don't expect labor right to like me. No. I don't. I expect labor right to come out strong against me. So obviously down in St. Elizabeth, the labor rights, they are afraid of Norman Scott. Like or they were afraid of Collin Bell. So they want to see the backstory of Norman Scott. So they put on what is now being dubbed a phantom demonstration. My friend Conrad O'Brien, I think Conrad had an exclusive with Norman Scott. I could hear some of it. I could see if we can listen. Listening for some that exclusive interview.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, I'm saying you're the candidate for Southeast St. Elizabeth, the PNP candidate. Yesterday, we saw...
That's correct.
Yes, yesterday we saw emerge, and certainly another news media house carried it, that there was a demonstration. And, you know, when you hear the story, one would believe that it was a major demonstration taking place. But alas, this one seems to be faceless, as the Gleaner is carrying it this morning based on the information that you gave them and what coming from other people. What is the true situation down there as it relates to this demonstration or alleged, well, what would we say, demonstration, faceless demonstration yesterday? What is the true story?
What I can say to you, and well, morning, Conrad, morning to your listeners. But I can say
Indeed.
clearly,
Happy New Year, sir. Yes.
thank you, same to you and your listeners. What I can say clearly is that we woke up yesterday morning with a section of a place called Exxon that's in the Junction area. The main road that leads into Junction Town it was lit, and there was no one except to say a voice from a female saying that they who we don't know, they don't want Norman Scott. Nothing else came of it. We didn't see anybody. But then other persons are purporting that it was a demonstration against me. But it seems as if it's a phantom demonstration.
Yeah. And why would one elevate a violate somebody, a voice note, to say that was a protest? I mean, any one person could do that. So how do you describe that as a protest against a candidate that the people don't want it? Whichever side that you divide, it's just foolish.
Well, you see, I expect that journalists today will do journalism, and they will go out and investigate before they make reports. And I expect no less from journalists in today's 2025. Yes. I expect no less from journalists. So, you know, I will just say this, though, that in respect of the constituency, it is united behind me, beside me, with me, and all the various groups within the constituency are focusing in on one thing, making sure that we are fully ready whenever the elections are called. We are out there canvassing. We have started our e-canvass. It is going very well. All the cluster managers are on board. All the indoor agents and outdoor agents and PD captains are on board. Every time we have a meeting, it is well attended. And so the unity is impulsing throughout the entire, it's revealing throughout the entire constituency. And all I can say is that whenever the elections are called, the People's National Party is going to retain or take back the Southeast Central Elizabeth constituency.
Good. Well, we will
All
see.
right.
The people will determine that.
Well, so I don't understand how you're going to demonstrate against a candidate and nobody shows their face. As Comrade Norman Scott said, it's a phantom demonstration. What can go so? What can go so? 804-7072. That's 804-7072. You can call me straight or you can call me on WhatsApp. My people, what can go so? Now, we are now in a recession. The Jamaican economy has crashed. And then a man called me. And when him called me, Monday, yesterday the man they called me too. And said, boy, I have to big up your Ralston, you know, I have to big up Ralston. No. This is a man who would tell me how the government was doing good on the program. Came on this program, told me how the government was doing very well. And now he's saying, he's admitting that Ralston Hyman was correct when he spoke about the economy in decline. When he spoke, you hear one man come on the program one night and say one thing Daryl Vaz do wrong was when do to him. That was the man who as a boy, I'm have a big up Ralston now. You need to call and big up Ralston if you really mean it. Don't hide and call me privately one away and admit. Call the program. I know you're watching. Call the program and give Ralston his roses. Give the man his credit publicly. I wonder what DP say now. Because him kind of used to burn Ralston too, you know. Say me and Ralston uncle preach doom and gloom. Basil, I don't see no bus. I don't see any of those bus in Portland yet. I've not seen or heard of any school bus in Portland just yet. No, it wasn't DP who said my big up Ralston. No. This man we are talking about was on the program recently. Let me tell you something. You see a man who focuses on the data, you can't beat him. Because there is no special time to talk the truth, you know. Truth should be accepted every time, anytime, at all times. But some people are now hanging there in shame. Some people who call themselves financial analysts, I now call them financial anansi, because they messed up their credibility by going on media, in the media, and telling people that the economy was doing good. One of them, I was on a program with him and him said, all the ducks are lining up. I've never been this good. Rubbish. Bad policies has now put Jamaica in a place where I heard the leader of opposition saying that when we take our office, it's not going to be so cozy. But I was on Conrad's program yesterday morning. And I said to Conrad asked me to predict the election. And I said, Conrad, I thought it would have been before the budget. But when I look at it, I realize that the GLP, they're not ready for an election. No, they're not ready. Many candidates are not in place. As far as I see it. But Jamaica is in trouble. Jamaica is in trouble. The other thing coming out of the news is that murders are down 19%. Murders are down 19%. However, I want to give kudos to Peter Murcutt Bunting. Peter Bunting was really one of the first men who come out and say, nah, support no more states of emergency. When this government started with the wanton state of emergencies, they got support from the opposition under Peter Phillips. And a couple of the first sets were supported. The extensions were granted because the PNP stood with the GLP and said they were giving the government what they wanted to deal with murders, because we were having so many murders in the country. But after a couple of them well, I should say a few, the PNP decided that they would no longer support states of emergency because they did not see where they were working. Plus, they were of the opinion that they were not legal the way that they were used. A number of people in the People's National Party also posited that they don't think we need to have a state of emergency to bring down crime. They are now vindicated. How so? 2024 has been the best year under the GLP as it relates to bringing down murders. Since them start using states of emergency, I think 2024 might have been the year that they'll use the least states of emergency, and them never have no long extended states of emergency. If they call it for 14 days and the 14 days expire, I think they might have called it again one, maybe 2 or 3 times. But sometime it end at the 14 days. And what we have seen is that by their count, 1,139 persons were murdered in Jamaica in 2024. Now, I am happy that murders are going down. Some people don't believe it. Estina don't believe it. A lot of people don't believe it. Sonia is saying, Miss Sterling is saying, how many occurred in the last 7 days? Miss Sterling, tell me. I'm not sure. Tell me. I'm not sure. So, the argument that you need a state of emergency to bring down crime is now rubbished by the result that is put forward. We want to congratulate the police. And you have to give the government some kudos too, because when it up, it's the government to beat. So if it go down, you have to give them some of the roses as well. But we need to sustain it, because murders have always been fluctuated. This year you get a good, well, we have never had a good year for a long time. But this year you get it down a little. Next year it go up back. And you see Sonia Sterling asking how many have occurred in the last 7 days. And for some reason I believe it is some high number, I'm not sure. So some of my listeners or viewers can help me. It is more than that. Well, Light Ponga says that them just give it a number if it's tricky. But let's work with the number now, because we don't have another number. If we can prove them wrong, but if we can't prove them wrong, we have to accept what they say, because when it got 1,400 hard, at them see them and tell we to. Yeah, man. But we need to bring murders, in my estimation, to under 700. For a small nation, it is out of whack. Way out of whack. And I believe that more can be done to bring down crime. That's what Andrew Woolness said 2015. More can be done to bring down crime in this country. And the Labour Party gives you a commitment that you're going to sleep with your doors and your windows open. The amount of broken promises that we have gotten from this Prime Minister. Lord have his mercy. Lord have mercy. We're taking your calls, 804-7072. We're taking your calls. You can give us a call on 804-7072. Next week, Tuesday night, we're going to start sharing the program with an internet radio station, Master Cat. We're also going to be coming on a Wednesday morning from 10 to 2, playing love songs on that internet radio station. But we'll tell you more about that. The other thing I want to talk about is the level of incompetence, and it is continuing on show by the Minister of Justice. The amount of things that are happening with our courthouses, and they are talking about procurement problem. The procurement guidelines have always been there. When you come in a government, come see it. And after 8-9 years, when you still not learn from master it. Lord, man. You have the money, but the courthouse them not have no AC. You have the money, but the digital platform that the courthouse needs to move forward, that you said that you want to bring to the courts, digital recording, you can't get that up yet? What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with them? It is sad. It is sad that we have a government that boasts that they have the most resources any government has had in Jamaica for a very long time. But when you look at the resources spent, we are getting the worst results. And I believe that if you give your employees all the resources necessary and they're giving you less production, it's time to fire them and hire somebody. No, the police killing not in it. If you had the police to it, it almost go back to the same thing, you know. It almost go back to the same thing. Yeah, the police killing not in it. Those are not considered homicide. Because if you challenge the police, police go and defend themselves. So the police killings are different. I think it is 100 and odd people. Not sure, don't quote me on that figure. But the police murdered quite a few, or killed a few. Over 100 though. This last year. My thing is that a lot of people don't agree with me when I say stop and frisk should be a tool in the Jamaican toolkit. Should be. Yes, Portland have an infirmary. We do have an infirmary. After 9 years, they still promise and don't make promise that make commitment. Well, the Prime Minister said what he was making was commitment. Lied Pong was making commitment to the people of Jamaica. Beat and teach, where said the police them do 190. That's almost 200 in a beat and teach. That enough. That is enough. Hi Marley, you know how you're doing. 804-7072. If you want to call us, that's the number you need to call us on. We're taking your calls. It's the first Tuesday of 2025. First Tuesday of 2025. And we're taking your calls because you know what? We're going easy this evening. And I'm still wondering if to tell you that Saturday morning we're going to take a break because some of you would know that Monday the 13th is when I celebrate the pain my mom felt when I was taken from her at the Port Antonio Hospital. So yeah, Monday are my birthday, next Monday coming. And then sometime we celebrate a little, you know. We don't even know what we're going to do this time around, you know. We're not sure. So we might take a break on Monday. Oh, Lord. Just see that, you know, the roof of the Marine Police Station is a disgrace. Lord have mercy. No, round at the pier really a mash up, you know. Round at the pier a mash up. It's so sad. So sad. That round at the pier a mash up. Real bad. Oh, Lord have mercy. Hold on there. Let me set this. 804-7072. That's the number to call if you want to talk to us tonight. You can call us straight or you can call us on WhatsApp. The main thing I am focusing on tonight is the town of Port Antonio and the poor state that such a beautiful town is in. I have never heard of a meeting called by the mayor with the stakeholders in the town of Port Antonio. Never heard of it. And I believe that as a mayor, that's one of the first things you ought to do. You must call the stakeholders for the town that you are managing. Meet with them, get ideas from them. Yeah? And work together so that, you know, you can bring the town to a level that people are comfortable with. But this mayor is not about the town of Port Antonio. This mayor is about himself. Selfish. This mayor don't possess the capacity to manage the town. And it seems like nobody, sorry, in the council is saying to the man, Mr. Mayor, things can be different. Lord, hold on there. Hold on there. You're serious? Hold on. Because somebody just sent me sitting here. Hold on there. Because somebody just sent something to me. And that no look good. Is that the Marine Police Station? No, sir. That cannot be the roof of the Marine Police Station. No, man, you must be mad. Somebody just sent me something. And let me see if I can bring it up. Somebody just sent me something. I'm looking at it and I want to. No, you're serious? But rain are falling at the station. Hold on there, peeps. Hold on there. Stand up there, sir. Hold on. Because I want to see if I can show you this. Because this, you can't real. Hold on there, my peeps. Hold on there. This cannot be real. Somebody just send me a video. But they send it. Let me see if this can go so. The Marine Police station over the pier. That beautiful pier that PJ Patterson built. Right here in Port Antonio. And you see, Port Antonio in a sad state, you know, peeps. I give you a joke. There were some gazebos over there, over the pier. And one of the gazebo dropped down. And instead of the man them fix up the rest of the gazebo them, you know what the man them do? The man them just pull down all of the gazebos. Pull them down. So there's no gazebo where people can now go sit down. People used to just go over the pier and sit down at the gazebo. Then pull them down. Yo, hold on there, because I want to see this here picture here where somebody just sent me a little while. Yo, just let me ensure that everything will work. Because Port Antonio a deteriorate. You know, like when you throw peeling skin out a door and it a break down, and if you continue watch it, your seat get smaller and it start rotten. I saw Port Antonio break down and a rotten. Port Antonio is breaking down and a rotten. Yeah. When me come here, me I tell you, me live in this town. Yes, I am Capricorn. No ramp with me. Port Antonio is breaking down. We used to sing one song when we were going to school. London Bridge is burning down. No management, whether from central government. Hold on. No management, whether from local government or central government. And them say, we live in Varsland. Just because me and somebody talk about it, you know. And I was saying to the person how disappointed I am in the new councillors, the new ones, who I see them go up on stage, go talk about Varsland. So disappointing. Very disappointing. But when you have to sing for your dinner and you are under the control.
Don't stop raining.
Tita?
Now we're big bad station. Fall rain, fall.
See the peeps to the roof of the station there.
Can pour down there.
That's the roof of the Marine Police Station in Port Antonio. Somebody just sent it to me a while ago. You don't believe this is real? Is this real? Play it.
Don't stop raining. Now we're big bad station. Fall rain, fall. Me give you fatty bread. Can pour down there.
This building was done
Don't stop raining.
When the pier was built, PJ Patterson was prime minister. Think about 20 million US dollars. This is a deliberate degradation of Jamaica.
Now we big bad station. Fall rain fall, me give you party bread. You can pour down there.
And the video longer, you know. The video is longer than that. I just got it and I quickly cut it. I cut it shorter so as to ensure that we could have make certain on a seat tonight. It wasn't prepared. So it's just look on my phone because somebody put it in the chat room. The video they sent me is 42 minutes long. And I just show you 20 minutes of it. Oh my God. Maybe I need to show you the rest, you know. Because it bad. But I think what I show you is good enough. I'll run it again. Let go the audio too. No, don't let go the audio. Hold the audio. Hold the audio. This police station is over the pier. You want to see this video? Let me not show it beat and teach you. Want to see it again? Let me show it again. Me not play about the voice. But you could hear the rain falling through the roof. I don't know if it's all of the roof over there stays, but obviously this needs attention. But I was telling you guys that Port Antonio is rotting away. Rotting away. No maintenance. When you look on the drain, I see them I try paint some out the other day. I say, but the town need for wash down. The town need for wash down. The drains need for fix. The sidewalks needs improvement. You have to improve the sidewalks. The aesthetic of the town need to be addressed. You need to address traffic management. You need to address vending in the town of Port Antonio. But when you have a clown for a mayor, then that's what you get. I warn the people of Mansion Hill that you should have never did vote back for this man. I tell you no, said this man have no use. But I don't think it was mere politics. But where's the councillor for the fellowship division? I don't see her. I'm not going to really talk about she because it's certain things I not think right. The fact that she was my opponent. Now I talk about she. Benny used to wash the town and paint it himself. That's a man with some pride and some dignity. This mayor don't have no pride nor no dignity. This mayor is all about collecting the money. No pride, no dignity. And that's why I said to the people of East Portland, you must return East Portland to the People's National Party. Because if we are looking at tourism, and like I am saying that the development of the East Harbour is paramount to the people of Portland, you can't develop East Harbour and have a nasty town and a nasty mayor. When you go into a nasty woman house and the house nasty, you say the woman nasty. So if you come into a nasty town, then you must say the me are nasty. If you come into an unorganized town, you must say the me is unorganized. And the me are responsible for the town. The me get special funds to deal with the issues of the town. But where there is no vision, the people perish. Is the Bible said that? Where there is no vision, the people perish. Here? And right now, the council lack leadership. So somebody tell the superintendent of roads and works, say me I beg him to step up to the plate. Somebody tell the CEO of the municipal corporation, say we I beg them to step up to the plate. The town needs help. Chronic do a song named Smile for Me, Jamaica. Have a rich history. In the song there's a line that said they're tired of the abuse. The Port Antonio town is tired of the abuse. You know, say you just shame me beat and teach. I'm sure no where beat and teach ask me and shame me. Beat and teach just ask me that question and shame me. Who is the CEO of the Portland Municipal Corporation? You know, say right now, me don't know. I am so ashamed. Me don't know who are the CEO. Me know who are the superintendent for roads and works. But me don't know who are the CEO. Miss Cunningham left. And me don't know who are the CEO. How me can ask who are the CEO? Me have to find out right now. Who is the CEO for the Portland Municipal Corporation? Hold on. My God. Somebody can tell me? What a shame. No, so me lose it. Me don't know who are the CEO. Me have to find out. Me can't make tonight pass. I'm going to find out who is the CEO for the Portland Municipal Corporation. Councillor Roland, how you do? Who are the CEO for the parish council now? Mm-hmm. Oh. Him come after Miss Cunningham or there was somebody else after Miss Cunningham? Miss Grant? Miss Graham? Miss Bramwell? Oh, she was acting. Oh, but it's not Miss Bramwell now. I know say sometime the memory go. As soon as you remember, Dex, the name of the CEO. Oh, Monday him come. In brand new. Thursday. In brand spanking new. Oh, Lord. Oh, okay. So me understand. I can understand you're not remembering his name. As soon as you remember his name, though, send it to me. So me not so bad neither, because if him just come Thursday, me wouldn't know his name either. Yeah. Please and thanks. Yeah. So there you go, people. We have a brand new CEO. Just forward Thursday. Poor him now, Lord. Him can't help you right now, this minute. But then maybe we need to put it on him table early. Somebody, we need to get to him. We need to get to him and carry him around the town and show him the problem. So we soon find out him name. We soon get him name. So as soon as we get his name. Hold on, Obi, what you say? Yeah, January man. Where you say? Hold on. Let me link up. Me never. All this time, me and Obi a reason. Me never know say Obi is a January man. Hold on there, Obi. Hold on there. Hold on. God, me never. This is news to me. Turn off your instrument, Obi, and listen to your phone. Hold on there. Listen to your phone. God, me never realize that you're a January man. Obi. Me never know say he's a January man.
Yeah, man.
Oh, where the.
The 9th.
You're the 9th of January.
Yeah, man.
So you're
Straight Capricorn.
My gosh. So your birthday is Thursday.
Yes, it is.
And mine is Monday.
Wow, very close.
That may I tell you?
Yeah. Well, maybe that's why we are fearless, Collin, and we never ever refuse to speak truth to power. Sometimes we may get in a little bit of trouble, but that's the lay of the land, you know?
That our name, you know, because as Capricorns, it come like we come with a mission.
Yeah, man, it is true. And, you know, if I may, you know, one could say it's a shameless plug, but I find Capricorn to be genuine people, caring, loving, and somewhat very selfless. You know, will give away their heart to ensure that other people are happy. You know, but
and put people before us.
Yeah, man. Yes, that's true. That's true. You know, that's true.
Yeah.
You know, Collin. I want to just say, boy, I didn't know you were a Capricorn either, but certainly now that it's revealed, I can see why we share so much similarities.
Yes.
As I said before, you know.
Yeah. But you see, we have to stand up for what we believe in, Obi. And we are born leaders.
Absolutely, Collin. And, you know, we go the extra mile, you know. We go the extra mile. And sometimes, you know, when you hear people talk about signs, you somewhat look at persons who born in that month and sometimes are under the sign, because it depends. You can born within the month, but you don't fall under the sign.
Definitely.
When you fall under the sign, you can pick up, you know, a great level of compatibility, I must say.
Yes. And tonight, I am really standing up for the town of Port Antonio. Obi, I don't know if you know Port Antonio, the town itself. I don't know how much you know this little town.
I must say that I have been into the town, been into areas in Portland, and trust me, Collin, as I like to say, Jamaica is a very picturesque place, you know, one of the most picturesque places on earth. Mm-hmm. But, you know, there's a special carving in Portland as it relates to the beauty, you know?
The town of Port Antonio, though, Obi, The town of Port Antonio. I'm crying for the town of Port Antonio. The town is dirty. It is stink. It is congested. I mean, you know, when there's absolutely no planning, no management, that is what is happening to the town of Port Antonio.
You know, Collin, one could say that I find it quite troubling because here you have a situation where wife and husband is virtually in charge of the parish. You know, dub the parish, Vargland, you know, Mr. and Mrs. Portland, and all of those kind of things and so on, as if they are basically just using their position as bragging rights rather than using their position as a center of influence to ensure that Port Antonio, the capital, you know, is really in good condition, because certainly the mayor, as you said, the mayor is really the man who is at the helm as it relates to, you know, managing of the city, the town, you know. But certainly with a senior minister of government and the two seats is controlled by the sitting government, one would expect a certain level.
National Works Agency, NWE,
and, you know,
Stephen
Collin,
Shaw.
When I heard you speak and talk about the marina, right, or the marine, I hear people talk about 18 years and nothing was done. You should remind them that it was during that 18 years, Collin, that it was, and it's not about talking politics here. It's about highlighting the facts. I know that some people are upset from time to time and say, boy, there you go, you're supposed to be analyzing the thing, but you sound as if you're going PNP. If it was maintained and beautified under the Jamaican Labour Party administration, we would have no reason, or we could not get away with it by talking that it is dirty, it is unsightly, because people would just come out immediately and call us out and say, what the hell are you saying?
Exactly. And I challenge anybody tonight, Conrad, to come and say anything contrary to what I've been saying about the town of Port Antonio. I challenge them.
Yes. Yeah.
NWE, Stephen Shaw.
Is the same gentleman that did the very, very fuzzy mask?
Oh, yes. And they gave him, he's the mayor, and they gave him back the position as mayor. Again, how so?
What can go so?
So right now, Obi, what we call a resort town is worse than our the street name downtown now. The street where the vending go on pan big. What that street the name again?
Is it Beckford Street?
I don't know Beckford Street. We used to go there every Sunday morning, you know.
Princess Street.
Princess Street is the street. Port Antonio is worse than Princess Street.
I tell you something. And here is another highlight. Again, one can say whatever they wish. But the relatively newly minted mayor, well, he is now up for about 11 months vintage.
Yes.
He was elected in February. Under his stewardship, one can begin to see the transformation of downtown Kingston. There are no washing streets there. This place is not as filthy as it used to be. It's not as smelly. Something is happening within the KSAMC, you know, for example, even the Crossroads Market, well, that's a little bit that's outside of downtown, but I'm just talking about some of the activities that are taking place. You know, the street is now paved, the butchery areas, you know, those areas are now in pristine condition, as I understand it, and so on. So it goes to show that whenever you have the will to do something,
it can be done
there to wait until the 25th of each month to collect your money, and also to use the subvention that you get in a clandestine manner.
Things can be done. Yes, things can be done. The mayor get a money them called township money, you know. Every month them get a special allocation to do things in the town. I have not seen this mayor doing anything substantial. They paint the senator off every now and again. That can't be it. Stagnant water in the town, Obi. The sidewalks are broken. People are selling on the sidewalk, so there's nowhere for pedestrian to walk. The market was burnt, and we were told that this was going to be one of the fastest market to be refurbished. We have not seen anything of the sort.
Yes, I remember. As a matter of fact, remember that there was a lot of fundraiser by the member of parliament. And so, have we gotten any accountability for those funds, Collin?
Some people, I think $20 million was given out. I don't hear about no more given out after that. And what we heard collected was much more than that.
Wow, well, I probably need to call for a reconciliation, Collin.
Somebody's saying to me, have you seen the bricks around Sansan? Now, Obi, there's an area in Portland called Sansan. Sansan is where the rich and the famous lives. I mean, a lot of land out of Sansan, maybe a 2.5 square land out of Sansan might run you about 100,000 US, if not 200,000 US.
Wow. We're talking about top of top.
Sansan.
Yeah, man.
Let me tell you something about Sansan. Sansan, them have them own police station out there. In a little area by itself. Yeah,
almost.
They have
describe it as a little island.
They have laid bricks for the sidewalk out there. Bricks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Quite pristine. And Collin, you know what happened? You have been showcasing and highlighting Port Antonio, but let us use the opportunity to say while you're zeroing on Port Antonio, because it's something that you see every day and it's a sore eye. But let's use the opportunity to say to all mayors that take a little pride in your town.
Yes, man.
In your capital, you know, granted all the townships, because you know within parish you have a number of little townships there, you know. Yes. So you would have Maypen, and then you have Frankfield, you have Lionel Town, say, in the parish of Clarendon, and so on. You know, you have in Mandeville, you would have Mandeville Town proper, and then you have Christian, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So but it speaks volume when you take care of your major township, you know.
Oh God.
The heart of the place. And as I said before, let's use the opportunity to call on all mayors. Show some pride.
Yep.
You know, really show some pride and let the people see that, listen, their tax dollars really at work.
You hear Fitzroy Wilson down there in St. Mary doing some work.
Yes.
When Hubert Williams was the mayor of Morant Bay, you heard about the work that he was doing. And all that time and all this time, Paul Thompson is worship the mayor, Paul Thompson. Sit down on them laurels doing nothing. The only thing we hear about him is that one man get 100% and him get 50%.
And I tell you something, you know, Collin. And I'm going to be fair here. I must be fair. You see, Spanish Town, which is now in charge. Norman Scott is the mayor there.
Yes.
I can tell you this, that quite a bit of things need to be done in Spanish Town. But I tell you that when you go into Spanish Town now, it is clear that Scotty is getting some things done. You know, you go on the Brunswick Avenue area there that he's calling the hip strip. He's getting some investment into the area. Some new companies are there. And also, you know, there was a lot of stagnant water that used to be at certain place. He's trying to get that done. But one of the things that they mentioned that they would say is that, boy, they need a little more money. So if that is the case, do what you can and come out and ball out and say, listen, the mayor not giving us enough money, or we're not getting the money from the government. Let the people know. But it can't be
have a
that you are
disappointment.
presiding over a town that is just dirty and nasty and filthy.
I have a disappointment with Spanish Town though, Obi.
Yeah.
Because I think that Spanish Town should be one of our major tourist destinations.
Absolutely in agreement with you.
We still have those sites in Spanish Town that people should be going to in droves to really experience the history of Jamaica. And until Spanish Town gets to that place where it takes its pride of place in tourism and in really showing off what is left of the history of Jamaica, I am still going to be disappointed with Spanish Town.
I agree with you. And hear what happened, my brother. The tourism aspect of Jamaica, you know, that aspect of tourism that can really and truly benefit the people, the little people within the community can really start to feel the tourist dollar at work. Spanish Town is a prime place for that to happen.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, so and as we say this, Collin, because I will leave you shortly.
Yeah, man.
I sent you an exclusive interview that I did with the mayor today.
I did play some of it.
So good. So what happened? You know, and it's a dirty thing that happened down there in St. Louis, and we must get rid of this. How can you come out with nobody? Right, faceless people lit a fire and thought that there was protest against the candidate Norman Scott to lead, and you have a radio station, a mainstream media news outfit, basically give credence to that. It's shameful, really.
What do you expect?
I think God.
What do you expect?
I'm going to tell you what I expect. Collin. I expect decency. I don't expect that people will not be political and hold political position, you know. But at the end of the day, I expect a modicum of decency.
Not everybody have that, Obi. Not everybody mantra is truth.
You know, it's quite obvious, my friend. It's quite obvious.
Enjoy your birthday when it come on Thursday, sir.
Absolutely, thanks. And you know, I will be on air to yours Monday.
Yes.
All right, well, I'll be on here to give it the full treatment.
All right,
at that point. But Collin, before I leave you, just continue the good work. You're a beacon over there in the parish of Portland. You know, you're a strong voice, and I believe the Portland people in you as a son of the soil, in you, they must be well pleased. God bless you, my brother.
Bless up, my brother. Happy birthday when it comes.
Thanks a lot, my friend.
Yeah, man. Conrad, the fireman O'Brien out at New Stock 93 FM. He will be celebrating his birthday on Thursday. Really surprised, you know. But then we can see why we have a lot in common. So, Cynthia.
Not to be used by motorists, and a detour road was constructed in the vicinity of the bridge for them. But residents say that route is often rendered impassable.
Cynthia? That's the police station, the Marine Police Station. Well, me go call it what it is, the Water Police Station. Water coming through the roof. So it's the Water Police Station. We need help in Portland. We saw the Titchfield High School that could not fully open in September. We saw the Happy Grove High School that could not fully open in September. And I think that was really... It finished yet? I'm going to find out. Because up to November, work was still being done on the Happy Grove High School. Now, all who want cuss me can cuss me, all who don't want. These are the facts. September morning, Titchfield was still being worked on. September morning, Happy Grove was still being worked on. Over 5 years, the bridge to Craigmill, we know, should not have been used. But because it has been there for so long, and the alternate route at times is impossible, people were still using the bridge. And finally, a truck fell through the bridge. We just showed you pictures of the Marine Police Station. Rain falling through the roof. I've been talking since last week about the state of the town of Port Antonio. The Port Antonio town is congested. It is stink. It is dirty. The town has been overrun by stray dogs. And we have a serious amount of homeless people, sick persons, just liming the streets of Port Antonio. What happened to the Chamber of Commerce? Do we still have a Chamber of Commerce? For over 5 years, I have been trying to interview the president of the Chamber of Commerce, or the chairman. And every time you call her, she skirts around. You need to give up the chairmanship of the Chamber of Commerce. We need a Chamber of Commerce in Port Antonio. I think the PDC is still active. And I'm going to take it upon myself and invite the chairman of the PDC. I don't know if the chairman is still Mrs. Olgate, but I'm going to call her up. Because the town can't continue so. There's a destination assurance committee. I know it used to meet when Dr. Bloomfield was the MP. I don't know if it still meet. But if there's a destination assurance committee, then it needs to do some work, because this cannot be considered a tourist destination in its present form. Beat and teach. I don't know if it still keep, but we're going to find these things out. Because many times we're looking far and wide and discussing issues of national importance, but we have to look at Yard, because Yard in trouble. Yard are face hard times because the people them a Yard choose bad managers to manage Yard. Bad managers for East Portland. The MP, we're not seeing much from her. She talk about roads, and have somebody tell the MP for me. Roads are the responsibility of the government. Light, water, health care, security, education. Those are not gifts to the people. Those are the obligation of the government. So when the MP dance and talk about carpet is rubbish, and those of you who are applauding her, you're applauding mediocrity. You're applauding rubbish. The town, the parish needs management. When Boston was closed for over a month, the MP never visited once. The mayor went to meetings out there. I saw him. But I don't know if me walk where when him attack. Me never hear no time. Now I go say him never say nothing. because I went to one of the meetings and I was in and out. So me now go say him not say nothing. When I saw leaching his 333 million yacht in Port Antonio, I saw it as a slap in the face of the people. He has done nothing. Well, hear me now, brother. Christopher, let me say this to you. Leaching money is his. So I'm not going to tell anybody that leaching must do. It would be nice. But government money must spend here. And if money is allocated every month for township, we must see where that money is spent. But let me remind us that the Auditor General said that there are some issues with the Port Antonio Municipal Corporation. And I'm going to go back and look for it. Go look for it. But when we talk about the funds that the Auditor General said she couldn't sign off on because she didn't get the financials from agencies, there's $10 billion for parish councils. And I dare say the Portland Municipal Corporation is in it. So we have to really start looking. No. Some of them think that we can't put them up. This is Portland. It's one name the parish have. Earl Allen, me no want you call it no other name. Portland it name. Portland. You understand? The people have to just wake up and start look at people with ability to manage. People with ability. And obviously, the people who are managing this parish now lacks the ability and lacks the interest. So, those who have the ability don't have no interest in the parish. Them are fat in them pocket. Those who are here don't have the ability. And therefore, we have this dirty, filthy town called Port Antonio with a donkey truck to go up to the hospital. A donkey truck to go up to the hospital. We have a type C hospital for the parish. A parish with about 80,000 people is served by a type C hospital. And I am the only person talking about that. The other people don't care about your health. They have money. And if they take sick while they are here, them call the helicopter. Them call the helicopter. Because the Port Antonio Hospital being a type C facility, what that does is stabilize you when you go up there if you're sick bad and send you off to another facility. We want better than that for the people of Portland. We want a minimum of a type B facility. And we've been saying that to the people of East Portland, to the people of Portland. But they still go out there and choose rubbish. Wise up, you know. Open your eyes. 2025 is the year of decision. Stop make decision for $5,000 and $10,000. And those of you who are going out there with the money to convince people to take the money and vote, you are worse than a house slaves. Those of you who are going out there about to not get people to vote, look at your parish. Look at your parish. Is your parish better since these people are leading, or is it worse? Show me the better. Show me the better. One man has been there for 18 years as member of parliament. His wife has covered 5 years. So together, they have gone 23 years. Show me the better Portland. And then she tell you no, that somebody donate an incubator to the Portland Hospital, to the Port Antonio Hospital. And the Port Antonio Hospital is the only hospital in this side of the world with a baby incubator. So she said. I know me say so. All of that time, Portland has been in decay, in decline, degradation, getting worse. The town is dirtier than it has ever been. The town is stinker than it has ever been. Tonight, me just talk about it. Me just attack it tonight. Who vex, who boss is one thing me know. Them can't say a lie Shaka Fame tell. Because it is there for everybody to see. The people complain every day. They call me Shaka when you go talk about it. Me say me no press button. I will talk about it when the Almighty allow me. When it get to me when me can't bear it no more. When the Father allow me to come on the program and talk about Port Antonio. And you see, me never ask nobody for this video, yeah. Somebody just send it to me. Somebody just send the video to me. And what a shame. What a shame. What a shame. Somebody just send the video to me. I am so disappointed in what is happening at the pier. Not because I never want to build it, but it's still government money. We can't just allow it for just rotten whistle. Fix it up, no man. Call in somebody and fix it up. The government said them have money, even though we know that the government not no money. It's sad. It's very sad. Beat and Teach says it's deliberate. Me can't agree that it's deliberate. I cannot agree with that. Beat and Teach. I was in Port Antonio 5 years ago, Christopher said, and it need cleaning. Can't fix something if you don't acknowledge it. You know, Chris, this town could be such a beautiful little town. Clean and nice. I remember when Benny White was mayor. Sometimes I see Benny paint himself. But me not think it's so bad where you have to do it yourself. But if you have no pride, they don't invite nobody to Port Antonio, you know. They don't invite nobody here. Nothing happen here. Nothing happen here. You see, sometimes you can't sorry for the people them neither, you know. Sometimes you have to say them get what them pay for. We put a slate together and said to the people of Portland, here are a set of persons who would be able to manage your towns, manage your market, your cemetery, manage the parish in an efficient and effective way. But people allow money to sway their votes. And now look what we have. The people in the Rio Grande Valley, them call me regular. People see me every day and say, boy, Shaka, I shoulda did you. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. People call me, they're not seeing the counselor. Laborites see me and call to me loud and proud, Shaka Wagwan. I say, when I said them, say we can call to you because our counselor don't call to us. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. You'd have had representation right across the parish of Portland. But you know, I keep mentioning on this program, it is in Matthew, I think I'm Matthew 6. And I should have find Matthew 6 and play it for you, you know. Because you have to understand how world runs sometime. Read Matthew 6. You have to understand how the world runs sometime.
Chapter 6. Take heed that ye do not your alms before men, to be seen of them, otherwise ye have no reward of your Father which is in heaven. Therefore when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thine alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. But when ye...
Hold on. It's Matthew 6, verse 4. Hold on there. Matthew 6, verse 4. Is that it? I get the wrong part of the Bible. Hold on. Matthew 6, verse 4. Read Matthew 6, verse 4. All right. Here's a message. A prophet is not without honor, except in his own country and among his own king and in his own house. Here? The Bible says so. I know me say so. So me I warn the people them. Look beyond handout. It is more important to teach somebody to fish than to give them a fish. When you give a man a fish, you give him a meal. When you teach a man to fish, you feed him for generations. Let me repeat it. It is more important to teach a man to fish than to give him a fish. When you give a man a fish, you give him a meal. When you teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Stop taking money to vote. Stop selling your decision. Jamaica, the management of your country, the management of your constituency, the management of your parish, the management of your division should not be bought or sold. You must look for people with the competence. You must look for people who have the interests of your country, your parish, and your people at heart. Stop taking money to make that decision. That decision of who leads your country, leads your parish, leads your constituency, is a decision that will affect you, your children, and their children. It is a decision that will affect the future of your country. And therefore, must be seriously thought about. Seriously. And when you take up people who have never showed any interest in community development, who have never showed any interest in the social fabric of your country, who have never stand up for anything, you have never heard them spoke on any issue or situation in your community, in your parish, in your constituency, or in your country. But because somebody give you a money, you choose them to manage your division, to manage your constituency, to manage your parish, to manage your country. Then failure knocks at your door. Say to you this evening, my people, for 2025, put your country first. Put your people first. Put your country before your party. Look at your country. Look at your party. Look at your country. Look at the politician. And decide who will be best for your country. We're too selfish in this country. We are too selfish. So we think about self-interest. And we don't think about the bigger picture. Mia Motley was here recently. I was listening to a speech with her. And she said accountability is not just for politicians, but accountability is also for you and the people in your community. Too many times we say anything or anything. And then when it comes to bite us, we say nothing now go on. We have to look further than that. This myopic view of life that our people constantly show cannot continue. You have to look further than your belly, further than your nose. Sometimes when a man give you a meal, it's because no one you go look it for yourself. The 48 laws of powers, one of the laws say you must try to control people. And a lot of politicians use that as their way into politics because the people must seem to always be dependent on them. So most politicians want to keep you in dependency. So if you beg them a money, they give it to you. But they're not giving you something that you can go fudge and earn for yourself. You need better than that. You need hands up. You don't need hands out. So for 2025, I beg of you, make your resolution be Jamaica first. For your children and your children's children. Not just for the man who come on the stage at conference and said him want 5 more years for him picnic them and for him grand picnic them. Never mention yours, just about his. My people, our roots are strong. Stop failing our ancestors. Stop failing the people who fought for our freedom. And start display the courage of Nanny, the courage of Paul Bogle, Sam Sharp, George William Gordon, the courage of Marcus Mosiah Garvey. We are a strong people. We are a resilient people. We have what it takes to be a wealthy nation. So my people, vision is vital to any leader. Because where there is no vision, the people will perish. Don't be the lady who choose the man with the television over the man with the vision. It is a story that was told to us that 2 young men were trying to court a young lady. One was wealthy and have stuff, but the story said he had a television because back in those days, in a big community, you might find one house with a television. But the other young man had a vision for the future, how to make things happen and how to create wealth. But the lady, in her myopic view, did not pay any attention to the vision. So she chose to be with the man with the television. 6 months later, after her marriage, she was watching the man with the vision on the television. Open your eyes, my people. Time come for a new direction. Time come to put Jamaica first. Somebody call the mayor and tell him that if him have any pride at all, he will start looking after the town of Port Antonio. May the good Lord continue to bless and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace, now and forevermore. Until we meet again, Collin Anthony Bell, Shaka Fame, saying, have a wonderful evening. Blessings. You know, I have a clip that I go and play. A discussion with myself and Simon Crosskill. I go and play it for the item. Was a discussion as it relates to the culture and the creative industry. So if you want to stay tuned and watch that, we'll go and put it on in a minute. Picture with Simon Crosskill.
Who are apparently legion, there was no diminishing in his status, despite the conviction, despite the time in prison. He is, well, he's an icon to them, and therefore, people were willing to spend their money to see him in person, to welcome him back into the fold. Something that is beyond my comprehension, because I don't have that kind of hero worship for other individuals. But there you go. I think that is why the stadium was full. That is why there were people, millions of people watching online. They are enthralled by this individual.
Simon, you know, if we could only forgive and forget 70 times 7, like what the Bible says.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so most of our skill set that we try to marginalize through politics.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm a PNP man, so I either talk him a talk because PNP man that.
Yes.
And him go to the same university, read out of the same book,
Yes.
and have better idea than you who are JLP or PNP.
Mm-hmm.
But with that same way become a PNP or JLP.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sister, we have a worry for forgiving and forgetfulness to get our country in the growth path, Simon.
I guess I don't know that I see it happening anytime soon.
Why? Why manager Simon?
I don't see us having that ability.
It does. You know what that vibes cartel phenomena tells me.
Mm-hmm.
That politics is willing to destroy the African male,
Mm-hmm.
and we are not a forgiving culture. All we want to do is bring down one another and elevate other people in political image. And like we don't have any care about who gets hurt in the way now. But my suggestion for 2025 and go forward, because I see the American people do it with Donald Trump. And he's no ruler of the world. Them forgive him of all interest.
Yes, man. Or if they don't forgive him, they just ignore them. They don't cross their radar. They don't accept that he has done anything wrong.
And he's the president of Jamaica, of the America, and the leader of the free world. And they would have ready to castigate never. Chat too much for radio, man. And remember me, that when me take the bus, people are saying, afraid and kill you. Me say, who to kill me when me do wrong? Me not talk when me fi talk. Simon, we as black people and Jamaican people, we need to wake up and smell the coffee. Because Vibes Cartel generate more money this year out time concert than all the members of parliament got for their salary. And what he has done for the economy of Kingston and St. Andrew in just 1 week is phenomenal.
Well, it also tells us what, Collin Bell normally calls us on this program ad nauseum about the creative industry. And,
Thank you, sir.
And this just tells you what is possible.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Simon. Hey, Simon Cartel.
Yes, sir.
Tighten the security for 2025 because we have a rough road ahead.
Indeed. All right, my boss.
All right, my boss. Welcome back.
They said Collin. Collin.
Okay.
Yes, man. Happy New Year to you.
Same to you and all the listeners, them, and for yourself.
You're really not going to come back with the same argument again. My good God, man.
But tell you, our song become a hit song in a song. You have to play it regular.
Yeah, or if it's no good, you just want to mash up the record and fling it out the window.
Right.
But your argument is solid. Well, I'm in agreement. The only difference I have in reaching the same conclusion as to who should be leading that charge. Your argument is government should lead it. My argument is private sector must lead it.
But I heard you on Ralston a couple of times, and you're asking Ralston what happened to the private sector.
Yes.
The private sector in Jamaica is a bit lame, Simon.
It is lame.
Right. And therefore, the government have a responsibility to ensure growth for the people of the country. So the government have to create, you have to create the environment. And then when private sector see the possibilities, they will come on board. Because what happened to Jamaican private sectors, if them see say you sell ice and it make money, everybody starts sell ice.
You
understand? So you basically have to show them, and that's why it needs that environment. But the problem, Simon, is that we have had this gold mine for many years, because this not just come on Jamaica,
Yes, but part
this
of the reason
here
your political colleagues generally distance themselves from the creative side of things, particularly in relation to our music, until it suits them. So they don't want to be involved in the dirty dancehall, man, and they don't want to be involved in Bob Marley and all of that until it becomes either extremely trendy or suits them in certain ways.
Because they don't understand the industry. In Julian Robinson's budget debate 22-23, he told you that previous administration and present never understand the creative industry. And that's why we still have to.
Then how can you not understand when you see a man come out of prison after 13 years, fill the National Stadium with his fans and make millions? What more you need? And
but that is just one aspect of it,
Yeah.
That's just a small part of the culture and the creative industry. So that shows you how big the thing is. But most people only see this, and one of the problems with people who have a myopic view of life, Simon, they can't see further than their nose, and if they can't touch it, they can't see it. So vision is a hell of a thing. That's why the Bible tells you that where there is no vision, the people perish. When Bob Marley, then did start, remember said, Jamaica need a pay Bob no mind. You understand? A foreign Bob go get recognition.
But that is how we say. We usually respond when the foreigner them respond. It's
Right,
the same
and-
with
and-
Shaggy, it's the same with Tess and Chin, it's the same with you name it.
There's a debate in a Simon if Bujo concert was bigger than this one.
Yes.
So I know the first this happened either. And then I give you till next week, everybody forgot this possibility.
Yeah.
And as I said a while ago, the show is still making money from the streaming. Because people are still watching it, are still paying to watch it. So, Simon, the possibilities are great. And Jamaica, as a small nation, we can fix the economy from this. If you look at K-pop, a music called K-pop that the government of South Korea invested heavily in. If you look why they did that, was to push their economy and to stamp their cultural register on the world stage. Jamaica on how we are going to do this, Simon. And it's going to be multifaceted. The government is going to create the environment, and we are going to invite private sector because it's going to need a whole heap of money to build out the sort of infrastructure that is needed.
What are we
really
talking about in terms of infrastructure? Entertainment centers, studios, what?
Studios, film studios, not just recording studios. Film studios, it's going to need a sort of platform. Because what you have to do now is you have to package the culture. How do you package culture? You're going to package culture in screen, film. And that's how you're going to export the culture to the world. Yeah? So don't expect too much of the fine point, right? Yes or no? But I give you the basic tenets of how we're going to do it. Government also have a responsibility to open some doors because there are some doors that are closed to Jamaica because there are certain things right now, if you get into the business, you can't do.
Hold the line. Let me take a break. I want to ask you this, though. When government makes that investment, how do we the taxpayers will get back the money? How? And if it is so wonderful, surely the private sector, the promoters that are already involved and so on, would see the opportunities and put their money where their mouth is. But that's when we come back.
You're listening.
All right, we're talking to Collin Bell out of Portland. Yes, Collin.
All right, so you want to know how government going to get back that kind of money? Many ways. The doors that I spoke about, you also asked about why people who are involved in it not making the kind of money now. As I said, that there are some doors that are closed to Jamaica that government needs to open on the global stage. And once those doors are open, then the returns will come. Also, Simon, when you develop the culture and the creative industry, one of the things that will do is bring more revenue into the tourism industry.
Right, I know that, yes. We've seen that in the past.
Right, because the culture and the creative industry will also promote Jamaica as a destination. Because remember what I said earlier, that the way you export culture is by packaging it into screenplay and film. And when that goes out there now, you'll be selling Jamaica on a different level. Also, when you develop this industry, the tourism industry and the culture and the creative industry are actually twin. Right? So people come to Jamaica for the Vibes Cartel show. You will have more of that. in Jamaica, and you mention entertainment zone, you'll have those zones that you will be able to have an event like that and spend less for production, because the era would come already retrofit with certain things, right? That is also a plan that we have had for a very long time.
Yeah, I've seen that happen, but I've also seen where Jamaica's almost disregard to maintenance has resulted in areas that are set up like that.
And that's why...
And then just mash up in no time.
Right, but that's why you need people with a passion for these kind of things. And when you really have the passion for this kind of thing, people say you're crazy. And that's why you laugh at me sometimes when I call, because my passion for the culture and the creative industry is so much that I want to have about it.
Our creative industry spans all genres, because somebody is asking me.
It spans music.
Yeah, no, but here is the type of
the performing arts.
Right.
It spans education. It spans food.
So let me ask you this now. Let me ask you this. If an artist, because somebody is saying, so this is where we're at in Jamaica, making money from slackness, musical pornography, and violence. This is what our culture has boiled down to.
Let me respond to that.
Expletives to rhythm. So how does government then, if government is a promoter,
government is not the sole promoter.
Not the sole promoter, but what does it align itself with? As I mentioned before, your political colleagues do not want to be associated with Vibes Cartel or Bounty Killer, so on over the years. That's a given. So how you determine what is positive creativity?
Let me tell you something, Simon. All of us watch American movies, don't we?
Yes.
And we say the slackness, the nudity, the pornography in it.
Yes.
America is making $700 billion annually from the culture and the creative industry. From the slackness to the gospel part of it, to the nudity, to the clothes part of it. So culture and creative industry is dynamic. It's not pure slackness. It's not pure profanity. So we need to think bigger.
No, but with respect, Collin, I don't expect the White House to be associated with some Steven Seagal killed 350,000 people in the first movie. I don't expect them to be aligned to that. Nor would I expect the Jamaican government to be aligned maybe to a concert where it's pure bad word cuss and whatnot and whatnot.
No, the Jamaican government would not be aligned to any of the profanity or any other.
So you will pick and choose.
What the Jamaican government would do, Simon, is create the environment. Because, as I said to you, private sector will get involved when they see the fact that the real money can make. And what the government needs to do now is to create that environment, assist with opening the doors that have been closed to Jamaicans.
Why are those doors closed, by the way?
Because we have never stepped out there to try and open them. Let me tell you one thing, Simon. We import, you're talking about import ice?
Yeah.
We import $30 billion worth of culture into Jamaica every year. Are you aware of that?
Well, I don't know about the sums, but I know about the importation of culture and its many forms. But
and we import the same slackness and nudity from America and from other countries that you're talking about.
Yeah, but I brought that into my home and I made that choice.
Right.
And that's a private person's choice. You are talking about governmental input and alignment. So you are saying, so you create the entertainment center and then you have no control over what happens in that entertainment center?
No. Not saying that.
Oh, so you're going to edit it then? You're going to have a kind of
But Simon, right now,
yes,
Jamaican government put on Grand Gala.
Yes.
And we put on what is the big one we put on at the stadium Independence Time? When name again?
Yeah, man, the Grand Gala.
Right. When we put on that, that is clean entertainment. The government is directly involved in that.
Yes.
But the government was not involved in Cartel show Tuesday night.
No, I hear you, but you are saying you are no because
private sector will
because that was a private thing. What you are saying is that the government must lead the way.
The government will create an environment to make this thing bigger, to open the thing for more aspects of the creative industry to be done in Jamaica. Things that are not being done. Imagine this, Simon.
Why Bogdanovich don't build an entertainment center?
Bogdanovich not going to keep 12 shows for the year. But you build an entertainment center, maybe 12 shows for the year can keep in there. You understand? Me can keep one, you can keep one, Bogdanovich might keep one. So Bogdanovich don't want an entertainment center. The country needs an entertainment center. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, it seems to be the national stadium at the moment.
So when the government involved in some, private sector were involved in some. So the Nigerian, they are making $50 billion annually from culture and creative industry. In Latin America and the Caribbean, Mexico is making the most money. They are making $15 billion annually. So I am saying that when we import that amount of culture, 30 billion worth, the same place we are importing it from, we can't export ours there. Those are the doors that I'm talking about that are closed to us.
Okay.
So we need to open those doors that our people can export to them because they are already importing to us. So there's bilateral agreement that needs to be sorted out by government. And that's what we are going to be doing to ensure now that our players in the industry can get their fair share of the market and to give them access to funds to get equipment,
so
because equipment is vital.
This is a commitment from the PNP should it win the next election.
This is what the Shadow Ministry of Culture and Creative Industry is putting forward, and we are in discussions. We are putting everything on the table. The party is looking at it in detail and making sure that what we are saying, it is factual, and that the things that we are putting out there can actually happen, because we're not going to give anybody a pie in the sky. I want to just tell you one thing, Simon. Just imagine 12 movies being filmed in Jamaica at the same time. What that will do to the economy.
Huge.
So that's just to show everybody who not seeing it a little peek into where we're going.
All right,
filming 12 movies in Jamaica for the year is going to be a big deal. One Love made 170 million US. No Time to Die, the James Bond movie, made over 700 million US.
Yes.
So just imagine what we can do with the kind of talent we have.
Well, telling me what the films made globally is of little import. Telling me what the films spent, the production spent in the time in Jamaica, I think is more enlightening, because that's where the money came from.
No Time to Die spent over $1 billion in Portland.
Yeah. I know.
You understand?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying to you is that when we start making our own, that $100 million is going to come back to Jamaica. That $700 million is going to come back to Jamaica and stay in Jamaica. That's the beauty of the culture and the creative industry.
Assuming you can earn that kind of revenue for films that are Jamaican.
Yeah, you might not.
You have to start being more than just Paul, whatever name, Campbell and Cartel. You have to start make some movies that are more attractive to the world.
Definitely, Simon, and that's why we need the kind of funding to get the equipment, to set up the infrastructure. Because
film studios,
whatever. The $1 billion a joke, Simon. It can't make it. It need more than that.
All right.
A film studio is big.
Yeah,
And
man.
then the University of the West Indies will also have to get involved to start doing courses in screenwriting, video production, video editing, sound engineering, all of that, and that will create a large amount of jobs for Jamaican in the culture and the creative industry.
Sounds good.
We're ready to move.
All right. Cool.